there are a couple of different kinds of music supervisors, and primarily before the mid-'80s, say, music supervisors, and this is really what my background is, music supervisors were kind of like, well, I'm sorry, let me give you a little history just for a second, which is that in the 70s, a lot of directors and producers were leaving the studios because the studios weren't interested in funding the kinds of movies that a lot of these people want to make. So, and if you look at the awards that were going out in the late 70s and early 80s and whatnot, a lot of the awards in town went to independent movie makers. But anyway, they had a certain vision, so they left the lots and set up their own independent companies. Well, the problem with leaving the lot is then you lose access to the infrastructure. So now you have no music department, for instance. So what we did was, with our little fledgling music editing business, we created this music supervision business as well, where if you wanted to make your independent movie, you would come to us and say, okay, I need help getting a budget together, figuring out who I should hire as a composer, hiring the musicians, get me the best studio, let's figure out how much money we can spend on songs, and you help me license them, all that sort of stuff. That's the music supervision part of it. It can be the administrative part. It can be just picking the songs, which is primarily what people think of as music supervisors today. It can be something that I really enjoyed specializing in, which is going on a set and supervising musical sequences that you see on the camera, like the Sister Act movies and What's Love Got to Do with It, and The Preacher's Wife and Leap of Faith. And these films that have a lot of visual musical activity. Those are particularly challenging technically, and so a music supervisor will take charge of that sort of thing too. So there's a different role, and you know, like many fields, where the music editor leaves off and the supervisor picks up is sometimes blurred. But I think what primarily people think of today as music supervisors are soundtrack people, people that select the songs, help find the right artists. Very challenging job. Doesn't really interest me that much. It's just not something that I'm crazy about. But there are people who are real good at it, and they're well connected with managers and artists and attorneys and everybody else that helps them get good deals for songs and movies.